You want a bathroom that looks custom, but don't want to pay designer prices? Let me show you how AI made it possible for me. You could pay a designer thousands, or you could let AI do it and run the remodel yourself. That's what I did. I'm Caitlin, and let me show you how I used AI and a little bit of Canva to get my bathroom remodeled with only $6,000 in labor and $4,000 in materials. Okay, so here's the story. I originally was going to do half the bathroom myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the vanity, I'm gonna do all the cosmetic aesthetic things, and then, but maybe I should hire someone to do the plumbing because I don't think I want my house to flood, right? I was like, I hated my bathroom. I was like, I gotta do something. I was like, this will make me happy. I had a 3-year-old daughter. I had been through crazy postpartum, and I was like, I just need something. I went to this bathroom every day, and I hated it. Just hated it. If you have the means and you've been wanting to renovate and make your house beautiful, make something beautiful, and it makes you happy because you see it every day, I highly recommend it. This is something I get ready in here. I come in here multiple times a day. I telework a lot. So, I'm in the bathroom. This is where I shower every day. And so my husband didn't really get it. He's like, it's just a bathroom. But I think a lot of females get it. And I've never had a nice bathroom. So yeah, the story of how this came to be. I call this company Bath Fitter. They don't do anything else but the shower. And they do it like a 1-day wrap thing. They just put the shower, like a shower, I don't know, like one big piece of the plastic stuff on top of your current shower. These fools wanted to charge me $14,000. No, because even the options were limited. There's nothing cute. And I was just like, no, my shower was old. It was like falling apart. The bottom pan was not waterproof anymore. The waterproof cup sealant had worn off. And they just wanted to leave all that and cover it up. And so I was like, no. So on my Facebook group, I find a guy that other people had used. He's a contractor. Comes over and he tells me, he quotes me $6,000 to redo the whole thing. And I was like, sold. I didn't have to do it myself. I was like, okay, but I had to buy the materials. So then step one was designing it. And I was kind of under a timeline because he was ready to do it. So what I did was I went through Pinterest and I found what I liked and I took some screenshots. I wanted white and an accent wall, the dark green, right? And then I have a white vanity. And I wanted the gray white to gray white to white. Okay. So I took that and I put it into ChatGPT and I told it that I'll post the prompt, but I essentially said, these are the materials I want. It's going to be the same layout and please make me a bathroom. And so this is the image that they gave me. This is the image it generated and it was close, but it gave me enough to visualize that I was like, yeah, I like it. And it helped me explain to the contractor exactly what I wanted because it was so good for him to visualize exactly what I wanted, especially with the tile halfway up the wall. He was kind of like, are you sure about that? And also, he did not like that I mixed metals. I did black here, and then I've got my brushed nickel faucet and brushed nickel handles that came with the vanity. And he was like, no, you can't mix metals. And I was like, yes, I can. It was like half DIY because it was a collaborative process, right? This was not a company where you hire them and then they do everything. That is an option, but that would have been probably $20,000. I spent about total 10 on this, and because my materials cost about 4,000 total. And I will do the second video on actually breaking down the price of everything. But this video I wanted to talk about the process. You have the 3 options. You have full DIY, which would have taken me forever. I didn't want to do it, but it's possible. Maybe I'll do the next one myself. Didn't trust myself to do the water stuff, the plumbing, shower. Didn't want to do bath fitters. And then I didn't want to do a whole company that was going to charge, like a company that's all inclusive and charges $20,000. So the middle ground is paying for labor and then designing it yourself and buying the materials. So ChatGPT helps a ton. You put in the prompt, you say, I'm not changing the layout. I want it to look like this. I describe the tiles, I describe the colors, I describe the color scheme of gray large format tiles, small, like 1-inch gray hexagon floor. We have larger gray hexagon floor, glass subway tiles that are longer, along with a white vanity and a dark green accent wall. Oh, and a round mirror up there. And I did give it some screenshots of what I wanted, and it popped out a pretty good image. That was a good starting point. I found that you can't get it perfect, but it makes the conversation a lot better, and it's so good to visualize it because then you really know if you want to do it or not. I would highly recommend throwing that prompt in and generating the image, and if it's not what you want, try again, keep trying until you get what you want. It also gave me a breakdown of the steps and exactly what I needed to tell the contractor. Yeah, it made the process a lot better and a lot more seamless. Instead of me just describing it, I was actually able just to show. $6,000, ChatGPT, here's the original image. And then here is what we got. That's my vanity. That's my mirror. Oh, and look, it is a medicine cabinet. Woo! And it's LED. So cool. Don't love this light. It doesn't give you any light. And I have the rainfall shower head, which I kind of think is overrated because I can't wash my face unless I bend my head back. So I'm not sure I would do that again. Oh, and I got the little built-in nook. Love it. Awesome. And my shower was like only half this size and they expanded it. So yeah, the next video I'm going to talk about how much everything cost and how to make your house beautiful on a budget as much as possible, and also work within your time constraints, because and it'll make your mental health better. You see it every day. It's like, if you can, pull the trigger and do it. Check out my next video where I will go over the materials, the cost, where I got everything, what I regret. And please like this video if you found value, if you enjoyed it. And I always appreciate a subscriber too. So I'll catch you in the next video where you'll learn how much everything costs.